Bam! I don't use that song much anymore, but I love it. I love it so much. Hey, welcome to CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans. Damn it. Tonight we have Vaughn from MLS Aces. That's MLS Aces. Who is, well, let's just say Vaughn is a treasure trove of knowledge, MLS, and especially your Charlotte FC. And our special fan guest. What you drinking, Tyler? What was that? What did you pull up?
Some hard seltzer.
Man, Tyler Hard Seltzer coming in, drinking that Izzy. Tyler getting that Izzy from Northeast Charlotte University. Get your education on that kind of area. Of course, I'm JT. That's Lee. Hey, in case y'all wondering where I'm coming from, anyone out there, I call it the Myrtle Beach of the mountains. I'm on the spring break with the kiddos and stuff, and we're in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I'm holding it down in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, near Dollywood, doing whatever I got to do. You know how we do. And behind me, I just want to point out, Lee, I'm sorry, I just want to say this. This is a beautiful picture in this master bedroom of what I'm just calling a titmouse, which is a bird, and I'm pretty sure that's a titmouse. So any of y'all aviary folks out there, let me know, is that a titmouse or not? And that titmouse is looking straight up at Charlotte FC scarf and all that. And, of course, Lee, the authentic fan, the man with the plan, Roscoe Dan.
Yeah, we've lost Roscoe, man. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, I'm here in Gatlinburg also to find Roscoe's ass. So we'll see. I could update y'all, maybe do like a mini video or something.
Yeah. So we got a bio teacher.
Let's talk some soccer.
Yeah, we got a bio teacher. Apparently it is a titmouse, so you were right. Yeah, and Roscoe did disappear. That's right. So, yeah, hey, thanks, guys. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Vaughn. We I don't know if we should announce this publicly, but we fired Top Ben just because of his stalking allegations that are against him.
Dude, we talked to the lawyer. We're not supposed to talk about it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, he keeps running into these players, right? So, yeah, for legal reasons, we had to have him skip the show tonight. So we're just messing. We miss you, Top Ben. So, yeah, man, lots to talk about, right? I mean, we have we got that new player, Jaws, right? That's finally here. He's been practicing. What do you think about that, Vaughn, man? How do you think it's going to change the team and how we play and who gets dropped?
I mean, it's massive, right? We're getting a designated player into the roster that hasn't been part of the mix. So I'm excited to see what Joe Zwiak brings to the team. Definitely speed. I think if there's one thing he's going to bring on playing on the wings, it's going to be his ability to help us in transition and really go at guys with pace. He's being brought in to be one of our star players. And pairing with Swiderski on the Polish national team, I want to see these guys establish and carry over some of that chemistry. And hopefully he can get integrated quickly, right? We've talked about when new players come into this team, whether it was Rios or Derek Jones, but also guys that are coming to MLS and having their first games in MLS, there's an adjustment period. There's getting used to the physicality of the league, the pace of the league. I think Alan Franco was talking about it this week, talking about how it took a little bit to realize how much faster guys are on top of you on the field. So Joe Zwiak is going to add a little bit of a different level of spice to this team, and how he gets integrated is going to be interesting because the 4-4-2 diamond that we've been so successul with is not really his. Yeah, it's not his preferred formation. Right. You don't have your typical wingers in the 4-4-2 diamond. So yeah, I think the intent is that he's going to be our left winger. But then does that mean Bender's going to have to shift around from where he's needing to be on the field? Does that mean that Jordi Reyna gets more time? Like, are we going back to a 4-3-3?
That sounds more logical, right?
Yeah, I think we're either going to end up in a 4-3-3, or to get our best players on the field, I think we might end up at times in a 3-5-2. Because for the national team, Joe Zwiak was playing as an outside wing back, basically the position that Jalen Lindsey's been playing.
Right.
So I think we're going to see some different things. We're going to see some different opportunities for guys to be in some new roles and to see how everything works chemistry-wise. But right now, I'm expecting Joe Zwiak to not be available as a starter right away. I'd be kind of surprised if he did jump in as a starter, as soon as this next week, because he hasn't played a full 90 minutes, I think, since January 3rd or so. And even before that,
when he was hurt, right?
Yeah. And like in the past, I don't know, 7 months, he's only played like 90 minutes. So he's not 90 minutes fit right now. He's coming off an injury. And so I think we're going to have to see how he gets integrated and how quickly that happens. But I'm hoping that when he does come on the field, he gives us that little jolt of energy. That's right.
Tyler, man, what do you think?
No, I would agree with a lot of things that Vaughn said. I think one of the big things he brings is that MLS and the championship are both physical leagues, both physical up and down, back and forth leagues. I think when you're at the top of the Derby, where you came from, if you're at the top of the championship, you play that more possession, you hold that ball, you play the kind of style that really Miguel wants to play, right? That possession-based style where be quick transitional passes, playing through the lines and things like that. But I think what he brings is that kind of different energy. Like, he's tricky, he's quick. Like, that's the biggest thing I think I've noticed from him. Like, I mean, immediately I saw that we were thinking about signing him, and I looked him up on FIFA, and it's like crazy, his speed and acceleration and agility and things like that.
Yeah, somebody in here, I believe it was who was it? Somebody in the comments mentioned how fast he was already. So, I believe it was Joey. Yeah, he mentioned it was rumors he's faster than Mbappe.
Is there anything with speed? Like in the NFL, in everything in America, it's all about the 40. Is there anything comparable in the stats for soccer players? Can you look up?
Yeah,
to me, a newer fan to it all. That's interesting that there isn't a comp of speed to say, oh, he's really fast. Well, how fast is he? I mean, someone's timing them somehow, right?
Yeah. If you ever see them take their jerseys off, right? Yeah. They have that like little bra looking thing.
The bralette, the bralette that has the GPS on them and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that GPS thing is tracking their acceleration, their max speed, their position on the field. There's so much data that those things are bringing in.
But I guess to my point, Vaughn, is that there is not a standardized, like, hey, put on your bralette, put on your GPS bralette, and get out there from here to here, run as fast as you can, and then the beginning of the season, let's see what you can do.
There is a stat for it, I'm pretty sure, JT. And Vaughn, you might be able to correct me on this, but I for some reason, I think it's called sprints. And it's like the amount of sprints you make in one match. And that's one way that they measure it. They also measure top speed in most games as well. So in a match, your top speed was this. There was a crazy stat that even a top center back in the Premier League had a faster sprint speed than like Mbappe. Virgil van Dijk was the player, which is not surprising, right?
I see what you did there, Tyler.
You really let me talk about it, so I just
you were slowly throwing in the Liverpool comments. I hear you.
But there is that type of speed, and I think that's where having Jaws in that role in that left wing, we can see a more defensive left back because he can create width. He can create. He's tricky, and I think in the MLS, being tricky is one thing, but being tricky with like an end product is different. And I think while he doesn't have the statistics that back up that he has an end product, I think that will come with the MLS because while the championship it's not the top league, I do think it's a little bit higher than the MLS in terms of some of the quality that we see sometimes. And I think that having him, he's a DP, he's got to come in and have end product. And I think Vaughn hit the head on the nail on the head, right? Like playing right wing back, playing left winger. He's also said that he'll play some left mid too, like a more wider left midfielder. I think all that kind of comes into play. I do think in my opinion, I think we sacrifice Rios, but if you sacrifice Rios for Jaws, you also sacrifice Swiderski. I think in that same, like to lose one, you gain one, but you also lose another in certain areas.
Yeah, it would suck for Rios, man, because I mean he's been putting in a shift.
But I think what we've seen, right, they're going to mix it around though, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not going to be a one formation team. We're going to be adjusting our tactics based off of our opponent, what we expect they're going to do, and I think that's actually one of our biggest strengths right now. Is that we're very hard to game plan for, because
As long as we don't do the 5-4-1 again.
No, but even the 5-4-1, right? Like honestly, in my opinion, the 5-4-1 was fairly effective. We did not create a lot of chances off of that, but the one goal we conceded when we were in the 5-4-1 structure was when Carujo was not in the back five. It's when Carujo made a 70-yard run. We were not.
Well,
set
that
up
was that
defensively.
pass from Mora to nobody, right?
Well, he was trying to clear the line, and credit to Wagner in that situation. He got the ball vertical quickly. There were multiple things that happened wrong on that play. That was Carujo getting out of position. That was Mora clearing it right to the worst spot that he could have cleared it. That was Jalen Lindsey not being able to handle the 1v1 ball over the top. That was Walks getting lost in the middle of nowhere. That was Fuchs not being able to get to the other side of the on-rushing attack. That was Kalina not stepping off of his line. But that wasn't the 5-4-1, in my opinion. That was a break of the 5-4-1.
Hey, Vaughn throwing it down. That's what I was trying to say real quick, though, because it's all I can add to this. Tyler bringing the fan perspective, hot takes all over the place, and then Vaughn, what? That was this. That was this. That was who. That was Dan, man. That was awesome. Oh, that's some shit, man.
And I would go on and say, like, even in the DC United match, when we were there watching, that match, like up until the deflections, like the 5-4-1 wasn't horrible. Like I remember Lee asking me to jump something on at full time, and I was like, it looked good. Like TT played really well in that match, in my opinion. Like he held the ball up well. He played like a false nine really well, and I thought even in that game, it wasn't like we kind of saw from that game, even though we lost 3-0. Like we saw that like the early onset of like the slaughtering of what was to come of teams that we faced. We saw kind of the foundational work actually play out where we didn't see against the Battery. Like we were like, holy crap, this could be really good.
Well, when we were playing down in Charleston, that was just a sad time, anyways.
Yeah.
So did we play 5-4-1 in DC though?
Yeah, TT up top. Fuchs was left center back, and Mora was left back. I'm pretty sure.
All right, I can't remember.
It shifted around, but there were times we were defensively pretty deep.
I mean, even now, right? Even when we're playing, right?
We did, Lee. Yeah, we did. We definitely did.
Even now, it's pretty fluid, right? Even when we're out there, we that's the good thing about what Mars has got going on, right? Those players can play in various positions, like you guys already said. So, it's it'll be interesting to see what he does and how he fits into the team, and somebody's got to get sacrificed. I'm just kind of curious to see who it is. Yeah. So, anything else before we move on? No,
I'm just really excited. To be honest, I'm super excited to have another DP.
Yeah, for sure.
As a fan, I'm excited to have a DP that it's exciting.
But also, a DP who played, who knows, who speaks the same language. I mean, like true friends, you would think, at the very least, and they're both, our best strikers. So that's are going to be hopefully both of our. But that's great.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see.
And something that I want to point out is he's a full-fledged DP this year, but what's great about Joswiak's salary figures is that they've said that in future seasons, when the salary cap goes up, he will be able to be bought down. So what
Do
that
we know
means is
what he was brought in with?
No, we don't get to know that yet. Later on in the year, MLSPA, the Players Association, will release everybody's salary figures. And so we get a pretty good idea of what the guys are making at that point, and we can kind of tell if there was a free transfer or if there were dollars related to them coming in.
Well, I know we got him cheaper, I believe, because Darby, right, they were in administration, or they were hurting for money, basically. So when we originally were going to get him, we were going to pay a lot more than what we did pay for him. So, that injury kind of helped us.
So, but the benefit is that he'll be able to be bought down below the DP threshold in other years. So, in next offseason, he's probably not going to be counted as a DP, which means we'll be able to add another guy that's above that threshold in the offseason.
Well, we have another player that's similar case, right? Is it a young DP is the terminology for it, right?
Yeah, Jordi Alcivar.
That's okay. Alcivar is that. That's what I thought.
Hey, Vaughn, real quick. If he's going to be able to be bought down and he won't be the DP next year, we can have 3 DPs, right?
Yes.
Is that 3 DPs? So that would be our third or second?
It would be our third. So you're allowed to have 3.
So we're not
Yeah.
waiting.
So what you can do is you can buy down Jordi Alcivar so that he's not a young designated player. And then that would allow you to add another designated player or young designated player. But if you have 3 high-level guys, let's say you brought in Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe, an MLS team, by the rules, could bring in those 3 guys and have them on the roster. But then they would have they would be limited then in the number of U22 guys that they could have. So right now, Vinicius Melo is our one and only U22 player.
Wow.
So if we had 3 high-level guys, Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, we would not be allowed to have 3 U22 guys. Basically, they don't want the teams that are spending big to also reap the benefits of just like outspending absolutely everybody in the league.
Right.
Oh, which keeps it fair. That's one good thing I like about the MLS. All right, so let's move on, man. We got a cup game coming up against Greenville. You guys going?
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet.
I hope so.
You going, JT?
I'm working on that media credential, but yes, I should be there for sure.
Right.
Greenville's
Yeah.
a fun town. I got some people down there, so I was like, hey, Wednesday night, honey, I gotta go down to Greenville and hang out with some people and cover a soccer game, and I'm gonna stay with my boy Dave, who I haven't seen in a while, and I'm gonna be back on Thursday before the kids get off the bus.
I know, man. Some of the I noticed earlier there was a tweet that went out by some of these guys from Greenville talking about how they're gonna turn it green that night and everything. So it'd be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it. Our first cup game. It'd be interesting to see if we play as starters, if you will, or if we kind of hit up with the other players and had a chance like Jan and those sort of players. Juan, do you think we'll come out the gate with a strong team, or you think we're not to say that the other players are not strong players, right? But do you think we'll come out with that B team essentially?
I think there's going to be some rotation. I mean, it's right in the middle of the week with 2 games on either weekend. So I think we're going to have some squad rotation.
Right.
So, I think this is going to be an opportunity. Absolutely. I expect to see George Marks in goal. I would love to see Jan Sobocinski finally make it onto the field. I wouldn't be shocked if this is the opportunity for Gaines to get another full run.
Right.
We're going to see some new faces making it onto the field for sure.
That's what's up. Yep. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll just be a different sort of environment, atmosphere, all that kind of stuff.
And Greenville's a fun town. That's a fun town.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I keep hearing. It's so close. I haven't been there in forever. Like, I don't remember the last time.
The drive down on, I guess it's 77 that cuts down. No, that's not right. But whatever. Anyway, nonetheless, the drive down the interstate, they've been working on the interstate for so long, it can really suck. But besides that, like 2.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever it is, it's a fun town.
That's right. So now we get to talk about Atlanta taking the L. Oh, man, how good did that feel, yo? Man, I just, I hate to gloat, but, I'm going to gloat. I see.
Gloat it out.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, shipping department. We love the shipping department, by the way. And so, yeah, I mean, all the smack talking on Twitter and Reddit and just everywhere. It was terrible. And then we came in. It came into our house, right? Even their social media, right? They were talking about they were taking over. And what is
Hey, my back was hurting me in that chair. It's not my house. So I had to get myself in the jacuzzi tub.
There
you didn't say the titmouse was sitting behind the jacuzzi.
This bomb-ass condo in the Myrtle Beach of the mountains has a jacuzzi tub all up in the middle of it. So I'm gonna get my bubble bath, Mr. Bubble, all day. Later on at the store, But right now, I put some pillows in this thing, man. I'm not putting any water. No one wants to see all that. Or maybe some people do. But nonetheless, I'm gonna chill out in this jacuzzi tub and hang out with the titmouse.
Yeah. So as we were saying, yeah, Atlanta took the L. Their social was going. Shout out to Mark. We converted him to a Charlotte fan, and he still shows us some love, man. So what's up, Mark? And yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was a pretty good game, right? I mean, they had some chances. Atlanta did themselves, but a 1-0, I think, was a fair victory. Tyler, man, tell us what you thought.
Yeah, I was really sad I wasn't able to make it to the match. Last minute, had to move somewhere, had to go somewhere else and see some other folks. But it was.
Hold on, I saw you in Charlotte. Did you not go?
No, I was only at we were watching.
Oh, you were at the City Pool game.
Yeah, we were watching the City Liverpool game. So, no, it was a really fascinating game and match in my opinion. I think what really was cool to see was, I mean, really set first the downfall, Rios not being able to get another goal. I think that was big.
Yeah.
That header, I think he had like the 12th minute, I think it was, and he turned on target. It was really neat, and I thought that was bound to go in. But overall, I thought we played a really strong game. We didn't have as many chances I thought we probably would with them not having all their players because they were injured. But overall, I thought it was okay. I think what I have seen over the course of the week is sometimes we play really well, and then sometimes we play where we know we want to do something, and then we have the occasional 10-minute lapses of judgment, and we make some errors here and there. Mm-hmm. But I think overall, I thought it was a really good game, a really solid performance from us. We held possession. I think we had more possession than them. We didn't have more shots on target though, which I think is just a product of us not being as cohesive as we want to still yet.
Right.
So overall, I thought it was a solid match. And obviously, the City will stay blue. It will always be blue. So
that's right.
I can't wait to
if you're gonna take a shot, you better take it, right?
Yeah, I mean, 1-0. If you got to win the close ones, right? You can't let them ship in one last goal and draw a match. So winning the close ones like that and pulling that out shows the mental fortitude of a team that's played 6 matches, 5 matches,
Yeah.
6 matches, 7 matches. Sorry, I mean, you can't really talk about 3 points is 3 points at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how you get
3
it.
points is 3 points. That's exactly right. I don't care how we get it, as long as it's 3 points, right? So, Vaughn, man, what was your take on the game? What you think?
Yes, it is. It's a number. Oh, man. All right. I'm sorry, Vaughn. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. I love it. 3 Dog Night.
3 Dog Night. Eli's coming.
But yeah, I would say that the first half in particular was our best pressing we've seen from this team. The chances we created for ourselves by our pressure is what was so exciting for me in this game. There wasn't a goal from the run of play, right? Like this was a game that we needed some of that magic, and Alcivar was the one that brought it. I said it.
The rumor is it was too windy to be playing on Sunday.
Yeah. So much wind going on in there with the corner flag not even moving. No, that was a world-class goal. Guzan can say whatever he wants. He knows he got beat. And the thing is that we created that opportunity. That was, I think, the third corner we had in like a 1-minute stretch. And it was all because of our pressure. So I think that ultimately we made our own luck in this one. And like Tyler was saying, we held on and earned the points in a close contest. We grinded it out in a 1-0 win. That is a sign of a really good thing for the team moving forward. You need to be able to win those 1-0 games and be able to score one and let that be enough. And we've seen defensively, especially at home, the team started talking about it being a fortress. We've got 3 straight wins at home. We're winning the games that we're supposed to be winning, regardless of opponent. We're doing it in different ways. And I think it also was huge that this was our only home game in April, that we needed to get this result. It was more than just because it was against Atlanta. It was because of the schedule. It was because of our previous result against Philadelphia. I think we set the tone for the rest of our month with this result.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said there. Like you said, it was important for us to get the points. We've pretty much made the bank, right, or whatever we want to call it, the a fortress, right? I mean, other than LA, in that one to go, I mean, we haven't looked bad at all, in my opinion. I'd like to give a shout out to Bronico too. I thought he had an awesome game. Obviously the goal kind of comes to the front when we're talking results and players and stuff, but I thought Bronico had a solid game, and
and he brought a lot of attitude.
That's it.
He brought a lot of that spirit, and especially for a midfielder like he is. And
yeah, no, I never got the cookie right away.
Say again?
Oh, I was bitching last night. I got some KFC, and I got the chicken pot pie combo, and those bastards shorted me out of a cookie. So I went on Yelp this morning and gave them a 1 star.
What? KFC, man, give that cookie to Lee. Lee deserves that cookie, man.
So disappointed.
You need a sick Roscoe on him.
Yeah, Roscoe. Like I said, we don't know where Roscoe's at, man. He's a man of himself. But so to look at the table, right? I mean, we're sitting in 5th. Obviously, we played a game more. Our goal difference isn't the best. We go to New England. We'll go ahead and move on to New England. We go to New England this weekend, right? Could it be that New England gives our first? Not only did they give us our first home game, they could also give us our first away game. I feel like they're there for the taking. What do you say, Vaughn?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the other side of the coin on that is that, New England is going to be trying to seek some revenge on us this time. And they're the ones with the home field advantage. But New England is in a really, really rough stretch of form. 5 straight losses in all competitions, 4 straight in the regular season. It's the first time that's happened for Bruce Arena since the first 4 games of his DC United tenure back in 1996. So it's a little bit of uncharted water for him. New England's got a lot to prove in this game to turn things around. And we're going to have our hands full. They've got a few other guys that are going to be available in this matchup that weren't available in the first tilt here in Charlotte. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the complexity of the game. It's going to be interesting to see how Mar sets the team up with Jozwiak available, with going on the road, right? Like, do we stick with the 4-4-2 diamond and try and be the aggressors, or do we do what we did in Philly that arguably didn't work and be a little bit more pragmatic? We don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, Tyler, man, throw in your 2 cents.
Yeah, I think Vaughn again. I think I gotta go first. Vaughn takes all my talking.
Yeah, no, it's kind of hard to go behind Vaughn. Right? You have all these talking points, and Vaun just hits them over. Like, well, thanks, Vaun. We appreciate you, man.
I'm like a broken.
I was gonna make those points too, Vaughn, but damn, you took them all from me, man. Damn.
JT's like, I have points. They're not written down. I just kind of took them, and I'm gonna reiterate them again.
Yeah.
I think the thing about New England is, I mean, they just let Inter Miami win. I almost said Inter Milan. Inter Miami win their first match. So, I mean, I think Vaughn's right. I think they're going to be gunning for us and trying to take us down, especially after what happened here in Charlotte. I think that was a big.
I mean, we owned them in Charlotte.
Yeah, and I think that was. I remember being at the match, and it didn't even seem like it was fair. It looked like we had been playing for the length of time that New England has been playing in the MLS. That's what it to me, at least. And I think they're going to be gunning for us. But one thing about Bruce Arena, I mean, he's got the pedigree for a reason. I think you just don't underestimate a coach and a manager like that. I think what he's done throughout the MLS. I mean, Vaughn made that point about when he was at DC United. I think you just don't underestimate that. But I don't know if Matt Turner's going to be back still. I don't know if he is. Yeah, I don't know how long his injury is. And I think that's a big loss for them. Not having, I mean, what could arguably be the starting U.S. keeper, right? So I think that coupled with the loss of the Inter Miami game, I think they're coming straight out for us. I wouldn't be surprised if they really do bring it to us. But also wouldn't be surprised if we have a great match again and we go and dominate them again. I think what I love about this team is also sometimes what you hate about it. You're not sure what the performance might be because we're still so new, and I think that's a big thing. But
the good thing is we're not. It doesn't seem like we're scared, right? We're not scared of anybody.
Ain't scared.
Just real quick, anybody got a link or something for tickets to the Greenville game? Hook the almighty Rye 10 up. So yeah, I mean, we come out, right? We play our game. We're I feel like we're, even in our losses, it's not like we're afraid to to play, right? We come out, and I think Turner went to Arsenal. Isn't that where he signed with Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a free contract. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's returning or not either. So, like Jay says, he's in Arsenal, but yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. For some reason, I feel confident about us going up there this weekend and actually coming away with 3 points.
Well, I think one of the narratives in the game is going to be also like Polish striker versus Polish striker.
Yeah. Of course, right?
Yeah, the big guy that we haven't seen or that we didn't get to see in the last matchup was Adam Buksaw. Adam Buksaw is a big part of their
beast.
attack. I think he had 15 goals last year for them.
How big is he? What? I mean, really, how big is he? Y'all are calling this guy a beast. What's his size?
He's comparable to Swiderski. I literally, when Swiderski was signed, I joked about Charlotte signing their Adam Buksaw. Like that's the mold of the player. He's not to the level of Swiderski. I think Swiderski, pretty much any scout would say Swiderski's the better player between the two. But Adam Buksaw was just called into the Polish national team for the qualifiers when Swiderski wasn't. So you've got that matchup that a lot of people are going to be tuning into, and I'm sure those guys are going to be competing to try and have the better performance versus one another too. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting thing there. Of we really isolated Carles Heel in that first game, and so is Heel going to be a little bit more effective having a different outlet up top with Buksaw? And I think also in that first game, they played with a single striker most of the time. I think it's more likely we see them in a two-striker formation in this matchup.
Yeah, JT,
Yeah,
he's 6'3".
6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3".
6'3".
Yeah.
How much he weighs?
Like a buck 80?
No.
I didn't get his kilos for you, JT. My bad.
I don't know. Yeah, he's got like 3 kids. His social security number is 248-111. Yeah, we got all this.
Von's good point about Gil. I think that's the key. I think he's their number 10, right? He plays that kind of box-to-box 8/10 role that we see in the modern game now. I think you can isolate him and do a little bit more man marking on his end. I think that's where it stops. But Von was also right. They only played Josie, I think, for like most of the matches at the top. And Josie just isn't the same Josie that we know. Like Josie 5 years ago, yeah, you can play him singular up top because he can hold the ball, he can score goals, he's technical, but it's not the same Altidore that we knew even 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago at this point. So it'll be interesting
You
to
guys
see.
making the trek out there?
What? Oh no,
So
heck no. Too cold.
Too cold. Yeah, I know a couple of folks that said they're going up there. It should be a good game. I still feel like this is going to be our 3 points that we can get away.
I heard Top Man is getting in the cargo area of the plane. He's just going to sneak right in.
He's just going to sneak in, yeah.
Hey, if he does that, the key is when they put the landing gear down, don't be near it. Just listen. Just make sure you're in a warm place, and we'll figure that out.
I'll DM him on Twitter and let him know.
Hey, just to get in there real quick, the sound quality of having a laptop inside of a jacuzzi tub in Gatlinburg, Tennessee is amazing.
It's the acoustics, huh?
It's a cacophony of beautiful computer speakers.
Yeah, the Scooch is heading up there tomorrow. He's flying into New York, then road tripping up. All right, man, we're there in spirit with you. Make some noise. I don't know how many of us are going, but make some noise, even if you're the only one.
Hey, make some noise and take some video and send it to us. We'll put it on, man, for sure. Seriously, please.
That'd be a lot of fun. So, and you guys out there too in the comments, drop your score predictions. So, Tyler, man, what do you think the score is going to be?
I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 Charlotte.
2-1 Charlotte.
I'm going to go goal from Rios, and I might. This might be controversial, but I think if Jaws gets on the pitch, he scores, kind of like Soderski did.
That soon?
If he can get on the pitch,
like Cam Newton coming back. He's
Oh man, wrong football,
that
JT.
worked
Wrong
out
football.
well, but you know what I'm just saying. He comes in, he scores like within 10 minutes. I like it, Tyler.
yeah, I think Rios gets his first goal, and I think Jaws gets his. But if not, I still think a 2-1 is the goal, is the what it'll be.
Yeah, I mean, Jay makes a valid point, right? Because I think they're on like a 5-game losing streak or something, 4 or 5, and if we come in and give them that 5th or 6th loss, right, it'd be terrible. It'd be terrible.
Yeah, their backs. That's the question. It's like we're a test game for their spine. Their backs are against the wall. It's either they're completely folding, or my gosh, can you man up enough for this Charlotte FC team that's still figuring out what they are, but very dangerous and can kick your ass when the chemistry is right and works out well. Yeah. They're it's like the whole adage of backing someone into a corner. It's on the playoffs for them, but my gosh, we would be the 6th loss in a row.
Let's say the 5th or 6th. It'd be the 5th or 6th. I can't remember.
They're on the 6th. I think they've lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, 6th across all competitions because they had their Champions League matchup that they lost to Pumas 3-0.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so
Fun, man. Give us your take. What do you think?
they're ready to start shaking people, man.
I think I'm the only person here calling for a draw. Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-2. I think New England is going to be fighting really hard in this match to end their streak. But I think that's going to leave them still vulnerable, just like they were against Miami. I think that there's going to be opportunities for us to score, but I think they're also going to be more front-footed. So I think we're going to have the opportunity to earn our first points on the road, which is massive.
Yeah.
Like we've got to find ways to earn points on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm expecting that
big.
happens.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I mean, a draw wouldn't be bad, right? I mean, it wouldn't be the worst result. I'm gonna go 2-1 myself. I think this is gonna be our first win on the road. Hopefully that kick starts us into the other 2 games that we have, right? I believe we got Montreal, is it? And then Vancouver, maybe? I forget. But anyways.
Let's say Canada.
Montreal and Orlando, I think.
Orlando, that's right. Orlando's in the 30th. Yeah.
The funny thing about Orlando is Orlando Football Club or Orlando Soccer Club, Lee?
Man, who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, we could ask the Atlanta fans, right? But
there's only a few in here. Knows Mickey Mouse
Colorado.
Man.
Yeah,
That's
Colorado, you're right.
Right there.
I don't know about Vancouver.
Hey, Lee, you want to know what my prediction is?
Yeah, I was getting there. JT, man, what is your prediction?
Is pain. That's a good old reference if anyone out there remembers that from Rocky. Anyway, 3, Clever Lane. My prediction is 2-0 Charlotte.
That's it. What do you think of JT's prediction, everybody?
Vaughn, you probably know this more. You probably would know this better than I would. But if you correct me if I'm wrong. New England plays a more possession-based style of football, right? Because even in the Miami game, I remember reading to try to prepare for tonight, they had like 60-some% possession, if I'm correct.
Yeah. New England's definitely a team that likes to play with possession and create through the lines, and most of that happening through Carles Heel. For those of you that don't know, Carles Heel is MVP reigning MVP of the league. Like his ability to make the players around him better is significant. And he's struggled a bit this year, but he hasn't had some of his outlets out there on the field. Gustavo Bo has not been available. Adam Buchsaw has been there for very limited minutes. Defensively, New England just got back Andrew Farrell and Henry Kessler. That's their preferred center back pairing. So the team has been a little hodgepodge in having their first choice 11 out there.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny Vaughn says that. Oh, sorry. It's funny Vaughn says that, but he has four goals and assists in 6 matches. So it's like he's not been great, but he still has 4 goals and assists in 6 matches. It's like, yeah, he's pretty good still somehow.
At least 2 of the goals were PKs, and both questionable in my opinion. There was the one against Charlotte, and last week Miami. Yeah. Both were iffy PKs.
I mean, they lost to Miami too, though.
Yeah.
Like that was a game for them to take. You know what I mean? Like, I would think when we go to Miami, man, that we can go down there and definitely give them a little smackdown.
Well, the thing is against Miami, right? Like they were getting shredded in transition. Like a big part of what was a struggle for them was the transition play. And Leo Campana, who got the hat trick, the goals were just too easy. I mean, quite frankly, he shredded the Miami should not be shredding anyone. And they shredded New England. It was not pretty. And so if we, with our possession style and our transition and the way that we've already been able to do that against New England's got to lock it down. That's why I said 2-2 result, because I think we're going to have our opportunities. I would be shocked if New England shut us out unless they just really are playing so front-footed and with a whole nother fire under their butts. But we haven't seen that gear from New England. And Adam Buchsaw being out there and Brandon By being back on the field, those two guys aren't going to just magically make that happen for them.
That's right. I agree. We can still talk about some stuff, but if you guys have anything out there in the comment land, anything you want us to touch on, please feel free.
I have a question. Vaughn, can you please say Jaws's last name as phonetically correctly as possible, slowly? Because we heard from fans, it's like, I don't know, we just call him Jaws, the new guy, the new DP, whatever. And you've said it so well, but you say it quickly. So help us phonetically to parse it out. So how do you say our new DP's
I think you might have got an email on that, JT.
Well, I'll say I think I've also I think his name's been very Americanized already.
Right.
I think his name is technically Juzviak.
Juzviak.
Kamil Juzviak. But pretty much everyone's calling him Jozwiak or Jozviak.
Yeah,
Jozwiak.
Yeah.
Kamil
Jozwiak.
Kamil.
Kamil
Jozwiak.
What?
What are you looking at for that pronunciation?
Email we got. You should have got one.
Wow.
And I still don't know if it's Carol
or
Carl.
Lee. Yeah. I'm sitting in a jacuzzi tub in the Myrtle Beach in the mountains, hanging out. Listen, I might have gotten an email, but trust me, brother, I didn't see it. I don't know it. I don't know anything.
We're lucky.
I just came over just a little bit ago. What's that, Tyler?
We're lucky he has Wi-Fi up there.
Yeah. Are we, Tyler? Are we lucky?
Hey, I mean, hey, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the spin-off Tub Time with JT.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Jacuzzi time, baby. That's a good alliteration. Tub time. Listen. That is something. We're just gonna leave that there. No one cares about that right now, Vaughn. I appreciate it though.
Yeah. So, what formation do we think we'll use against New England, Tyler?
I think we stick with the tried and true, the 4-4-2 diamond.
I agree.
I think it's too early for Vaughn. Name
Jozwiak.
There we go. Love it. I think it's still too early for Jaws to start. I think Vaughn was right. 3 months, no full 90. So I think it's too early for that. And I think 4-4-2 diamond, I think is the way we go.
Yeah, I agree. Vaughn, any comments to that?
I think I'm hoping for the 4-4-2 diamond. Whether or not we actually do it, don't know. I would actually not be surprised if we shift, depending on game state. Once I do think Jaws is going to be out there, and I think we could see our 4-3-3 at some point.
That's what's up. Yeah. Yep. And shout out. There's some fan chants going on tomorrow. All's welcome. So if you're wanting to learn some of the chants and that sort of thing, that would be a good place to do it.
And my gosh, hold on though. If Blue Fury are the people leading that thing, I mean, Blue Fury, as far as the chants go, they've been bringing the heat. Yeah. They bringing the furia. We'll
give a shout out to Churchy too. Churchy's done a lot with that as well, so we'll give him some love as well. Churchy's been, and he wears the dad shirt so well. That's what gets me. So, Yeah, I mean, that's a valid question to you, Vaughn, right? How much of an impact is not having a training facility having on our team?
I don't think much, honestly. I mean, the team still trains. They still have world-class facilities playing. I think they are mostly at Bank of America. And if they're not training there, then they've been at Matthews Sportsplex.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these Major League Soccer teams have just recently built their own training facilities. Like New England Revolution, I think last year they opened their $35 million training facility. They operated for 26 years, 27 years without one. Wow. That's the beautiful thing about the beautiful game. Like you need a field and a ball, and I guess for training you need some pennies and you need some some cones. You're going to be okay. I think long term, we've got to have a better long term solution.
Well, I think Nick Kelly even said last week, right, that they kind of identified a spot. It's just a matter of, I think there's some contracts, legalities, or whatever goes into that.
They're going to build it. That's the point I'm getting at. Is like ultimately we're going to have a training facility, and this is one of the things I've talked about that like so many fans don't understand yet about Charlotte FC. With us coming into the league as the 28th team, currently 28th team. We have skipped so much of the growing pains and headaches of Major League Soccer. Like what some of these teams have gone through over the years, you would not believe the stories. And so that we're playing in a renovated NFL stadium that has plenty of suites and is in a downtown area that has public transit access, that is actually in Charlotte, like is in a downtown, right? It's not like Philadelphia Union in Chester or New York
Same as New England.
Red Bulls playing in Harrison, New Jersey, Foxborough. Like no, we what we have is something very, very special that our players can live in Uptown and have a 2-minute walk commute to the stadium. Is something that you don't see in other places across the world, much less MLS. So we will have our training facility. It will be world class. We will attract outside talent from overseas and domestically with those facilities, I'm sure. So I'm not concerned. If our growing pain is that we have to go a couple years before that's built, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Hold on. Boom. MLS Aces. That's what I'm talking about.
It's funny Vaughn said that, talking about Bank of America Stadium. My brother was in town this weekend, and he's a big American football fan. When I was driving around and showing him all the stadiums and stuff like that, we went up to the Motor Speedway, all that stuff. He literally was like, damn, they really just smacked a stadium right in downtown, and it's not a basketball arena. He's like, how did they do that? And I was like, I don't know. This is how I just moved here. I don't know. But he was like, he's like, I don't know how they did. We're from Tampa, Florida, and he's like, yeah, Raymond James Stadium where the Bucks play is not anywhere close. It's in Tampa, but it's not close to downtown. It's not close to like where the people live. Right. He was like, I don't know how they do this. And I think that's unique about why I love Charlotte and why I think Vaughn's right. Like living in Uptown as like a young, 20 to 35-year-old in the city that is Charlotte and what's going to happen to Charlotte in the next 10, 15 years. It's unmistakable that's something that's unique about our facilities and our stadium and our culture that we're trying to build. So,
God, if the rent out there isn't so damn expensive, though. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic, right?
But the basic point is that Charlotte is a wonderful small big city, or a big small city, or however you want to.
Bigger than Atlanta. Let's just put it that way.
Well, yes, we were on Sunday. I know that. But what I'm saying is we can plop that Bank of America Stadium down in, what was it, like 90, 91, whenever they did it, because big enough to have an NFL team, but small enough to put a stadium all up in that shit.
Yeah, like Dave actually calls it out, and I can't remember exactly what.
Throw it in Gaffney or Gwinnett, whatever the hell that is, and like we're talking about a Philly old school, Boston's not putting it in Boston proper. DC's throwing it, north of DC, south of Maryland, somewhere out there. But Charlotte, this beautiful, fertile, wonderful city, was like, man, we're just gonna drop this B of A, this bank check right here.
Well, it's actually Ericsson Stadium at first, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, how'd that phone go?
Yeah. I had it, man. It was like 30 minutes, and if somebody called you, you'd be like, just tell me where at. I'll be right there, man. Got to finish him within 60 seconds.
Well, Lee had to
That's
give him the pager. He's like, oh,
That's
shit,
right.
man.
That's right. So, all right, we're coming up for about an hour now, and so we like to keep it around there. So, Tyler, man, plug yourself if anybody wants to follow you and how we can find you, or if they want to just reach up or next time they see you, buy you a beer or whatnot.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Again, super thankful, first off, Lee and JT and Vaughn for letting me be on this evening.
Yeah, man, for sure.
My Twitter is at KidTP24. KidTP24. You can either find me at Valhalla's in Uptown on the weekend or at the match.
But not the same. You can't do that in the same day, though. You can't see him at Valhalla and then at the match, right? It's either one or the other.
No, I have my brother in town. and I wasn't able to make it work. But
just busting on you, man.
Yeah, we were there. My fiance wanted to go. We had our kids in the car. We were ready.
Yeah, you were there for sure. I saw you.
But yeah, so you can catch me at Valhalla's watching some soccer or football up there, and then I'm usually in the supporting section with the Southbound and Crown crew.
Hey, Tyler, where'd you come in from though? Where are you from?
We were out in Burlington, Greensboro area.
No, I mean, where'd you move? You moved from there to Charlotte?
We moved here in July. We were in the Greensboro area for about 3 years, and my fiance was there for about 4 years.
Well, where were you before that? The Triad. Before the Triad, where were you?
All right, so it's a little crazy. Before that, I was in Boston for a year.
Okay.
Oh, boo.
No. Boston's a great city. I love Boston. I was there one summer. Anyway.
It's a quieter
shit.
And then we were outside of, funny enough, we were outside of Atlanta for 2 years where we did grad school, my fiance and I. And then I was in Florida before that. So I moved from Florida, did my undergrad work there, went to grad school outside of Atlanta.
You grew up in Florida?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of went up the eastern, it's like you did the 95 tour. You went all the way up, passed by New York every time, but then came back down and came back around.
Yeah, where are you from? The Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, that's right.
I always tell people I went up to Boston and I was like, damn, this shit's cold, man. So I was like, let me find a good middle ground. And then we chose North Carolina.
Boston in the wintertime is no joke. No.
I will say this. It's nice when it snows for about the first hour and a half because it's nice and pretty. You can play in it. Yeah. You can throw and then after that, you're just like, damn, it is cold.
That's
and
right.
I'm just going to stay inside.
And the snow's no longer white.
Nope.
Big slush piles with soot, and the tea is all racket. Anyway.
Yeah, I lived in downtown Boston, in the Fens district, which is where Fenway Park is, and it turns black within about 4.5 hours.
I'm sure. Yeah.
That's right. Got the whole time zone checked off. I hear you. Vaughn, man, plug yourself for us.
Yeah, you can find me on socials at VI Pullman. MLS Aces is where I normally record. I think we're taking a little bit of a hiatus. I don't know when the next episode's happening. But yeah, I'm jumping around. If there's a local Charlotte podcast talking about soccer, I'm probably on it at some point in time.
You're always welcome here, buddy.
No doubt. You guys. Hey, Vaughn, give a little history real quick, though, because one thing I was talking with Lee about the other day is, he and I have been at the game for, doing this stuff for 2 years now, almost this summer. But you've been doing MLS stuff for a long. Give us a little bit of history on how you came up to where you are now.
I mean, I started following the league as a kid. Growing up in Kansas City, I was 6-7 years old when the league was founded. So I was going to games from that point, and I followed the league through its growth. And then eventually, while I was in Charlotte as a young 20-year-old, got more interested in the league and trying to follow it more closely. Got really re-energized by Sporting Kansas City and their success after their rebrand. So 2010 to 2017, I was really, really deep in with Sporting Kansas City. And that inspired me to start a podcast in 2017 with a friend of mine named Zach Dick. We ran 9607 MLS Pod, where I tried to cover the whole league, which was absolutely insane to be able to try and watch that many games and give any feedback on the whole thing. But that's how I really got deep in with the league and trying to learn the ins and outs of it. And so, yeah, that's where I started. And now I've been doing MLS Aces. People apparently listen and want me to keep talking.
Yeah, man, you do a good job. You do a good job.
Yeah, I want you to keep talking. And also, Dan Wright Vaughn.
That's right.
That's right.
Now,
And for us, if you
I've
haven't-
got to ask the resident Brit in the room, Valhalla, do you think that that's the best fish and chips in the city? Because that's where I go for fish and chips.
Well, so as the token Englishman, right? Not British, we're English.
Yeah, he's
I
Okay. My
never
apologies.
called British.
Yeah, we I feel like I hit my quota of fish at a very young age. It seemed like that's all we ate, so I really don't eat fish anymore. But yeah, why not? We give them a plug, if that's where they want to, the whole hooligan part of it and all that. Yeah, we'll plug them. That's the best fish in town. So I hear.
He doesn't eat, but he hears.
Yeah. As long as you put vinegar on it, man, and some of that HP sauce, man, that's all it takes, man. That's all it takes.
Nice.
Yeah, and so if you haven't, for us, CLTFC Fan TV on all the socials, we appreciate you if you could hit the sub button for us. That's all we ask for. We're here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Fan reactions after the game.
Except for next week.
Yeah, next week we'll do Thursday since we have the Triumph game, right?
Yeah.
So we can talk about that. And then, afterwards we're at the outside the LED part of the stadium. So if you want to come say hello, give us your reaction after the game, we're right there. But other than that, JT, you want to close it out?
Thank you, everybody, for coming on tonight. Tyler, you brought some knowledge, man. I love it. And I love that you're part. This is one thing I say to everybody. It's like we are all creating this together. This is our team. We're creating the culture right now, literally. So to have Vaughn, to have Lee with his English ass, and then have Tyler holding stuff down, then this is great. Me, doing what I do, I love it. And I love seeing other people out there, and it's so great. So thank you, everybody. CLTFC Fan TV, for the fans, by the fans, up in a jacuzzi tub. Damn it.
Damn it.